Hello and welcome to another motors.co.uk new car review. Today we're going to be looking at the updated Volkswagen Golf, but before we get into the nitty gritty, please remember to subscribe to the motors.co.uk channel and remember to click that bell icon so that you get notified each and every time we upload a new video. The Volkswagen Golf has been a household name for decades now, representing great practicality, really good value for money, all wrapped up in a package that people find really appealing. Now, it has been recently updated and that's the version we're looking at today, but does it still hold those core values which people find so important? Let's find out. You'll notice that this car only has a subtle change over the way it looks compared to the car it replaces. And that just shows the constant evolution that the Golf is going through without any real major cosmetic changes. Inside the cabin of the Golf, there's not an awful lot to get excited about, but everything that is there is really well made and very nicely put together. The controls for the heating and ventilation are nice and chunky and easy to use, while this new infotainment screen, which is standard on this Golf, is very intuitive and very easy to navigate with clear controls and clear touchscreen buttons, but most importantly, there's a manual volume control so you can get it just as you like it. Now, this is backed up with steering wheel mounted controls for the cruise control and the infotainment, and everything is just really logically laid out. And this is also paralleled with plenty of storage and two cup holders in the middle. Not bad. Everything about the driving experience in the Golf has been made so that it's as easy as possible. For instance, the gearbox is nice and light, but it's actually quite accurate, and the same can be said for the steering. There's not a huge amount of feel, but we've come to expect that from modern cars. But it's accurate enough so that you can place the car without any real hesitation. Elsewhere, things are just as good. The clutch pedal is nice and light, and the brake has plenty of bite to it. And though this car is fitted with a 1 litre petrol engine that doesn't have a huge amount of punch, you can whisk it up to speed in a good enough fashion. What this car does offer is really good economy figures. Now, Volkswagen claims somewhere in the high 40s on the combined cycle, but we've been seeing on motorway journeys around 55, which is amazing for a small petrol engine. It just goes to show that you don't have to have a big diesel in order to return excellent economy figures. This car in particular is riding on 17-inch wheels, and what that does mean is that you get a good amount of rubber on the wheel. This is a great thing for people who prioritise ride quality, because as well as that large amount of tyre, coupled with the Golf's soft suspension, means that you're getting a really nice ride. And even though we're on a bumpy surface today, the Golf is doing a really good job of ironing out all of those imperfections in the road surface. You may think that with a small hatchback like the Golf that refinement levels aren't going to be the best, but that really isn't the case here. Even at motorway speeds, the Golf is very quiet indeed, and that means that longer journeys aren't going to be all that tiresome. There's not a huge amount of wind noise from the windscreen, and the wing mirrors don't generate an awful lot of sound either. There is a certain amount of tyre noise. Like we mentioned, this is on quite fat tyres, but it's not anything more than we'd expect for a car of this type. This Golf uses a 1 litre turbocharged petrol engine which has been designed with efficiency in mind. It's why it produces just shy of 115 brake horsepower, but is claimed to return close to 50 mpg while emitting just 109 grams per kilometre of CO2. It's one of the best cars when it comes to fuel sipping in the segment. Despite having to deal with a barrage of new rivals, the Volkswagen Golf still represents a really solid part of the car market. It's because it's got such great practicality levels, such excellent build quality and such low running costs that people find it so appealing, and that's why we find it so good too. In short, if you were looking for a new hatchback, then the humble Golf is still one of the great contenders out there today.